Welcome Andrew Sachs, founder and CEO of Nobel Coaching, and Anna Jovanovic, coach for Nobel Coaching, the sponsor of today's keynote address.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. I'm a little nervous. Carol Dweck, just a few school counselors. I want to thank you very much for letting us be here today, exhibit upstairs, and to be able to have the privilege to introduce Carol and the power of yet. Nobel and the power of yet are connected in many ways that led us here to this conference and ultimately this keynote. Nobel Coaching and Tutoring is an online coaching and tutoring platform where we take educational coaches to work with students on setting up motivations, working through goals, and practicing study skills. Those coaches also work with parents to help them set up the right educational environment because, as we all know, the problem is never in the home. For years, I was the problem in my own house. My wife, a wonderful middle school math teacher, and I had 3 great kids. 2 were straight A's, and our oldest, Joseph, ADHD, sometimes A's, sometimes D's. I guess that's where they get the ADHD from. We worked together, we're very good. We tried everything, teachers and counselors. Probably every counselor was sick of seeing us. They worked with us, but it was therapists, psychologists, psychiatrists, books, right? Tutoring, everything, only to have him tread academic water from the 6th grade. We never gave up. We never stopped trying. We just kind of felt that maybe we hadn't found the solution yet. Anyone get that? A couple of years ago, we tried something a little different. We worked with a wonderful academic coach, actually one of Anna's colleagues, that's now with Nobel Coaching. And the coach worked with Joseph on his motivations and study skills, but also insisted on working with my wife and I on setting up the right educational environment. I was kind of skeptical. I got 2 kids who were straight A's, fix my child, right? But with a lot of patience and a lot of work a lot of patience on the coach's part, and a lot of work on us, we became better parents. My son became a better student, and he went from a 2.14 semester GPA to a 3.5 the next. We were ecstatic. I think, all parents are struggling. We all want what's best for our kids, but parenting is complicated, especially now, and a lot of our instincts don't serve us well. As school counselors, we all know that students are struggling. Many students are struggling in school because, honestly, that's where the rubber meets the road. You can't hide the results. But lots of times, the source of those problems is upstream in the family. I'd like to introduce Anna to talk about how we actually help families address those issues.
Thank you, Andrew. So how do we help? Parents approach us for so many different reasons. In many cases, they have been, like Andrew, looking for solutions everywhere and just haven't found the solution yet. What all of us sitting in this room know is that motivation is the key. What all of us also know is that the on and off motivational switch isn't the easiest thing to find.
Really?
But that's our job. Our job is to connect with students so that they can find that motivational switch and pull it at the time they need it. Too many students come to us with what Professor Dweck would call fixed mindset. They see challenges as obstacles. They fear failure. They seek somebody else's approval because they believe they're not good enough. Our job is to try to understand why is it that they have developed such an internal monologue that keeps them stuck. We explore what's the role of the fixed mindset in the life of the student, but also what is the student's role in the life of the mindset itself. We help the students identify the changes they want to work on and also look into why some changes that they desire have not happened yet. We activate experiential cycles that challenge the fixed mindset. Sometimes working with students only isn't enough. In how many cases have you seen that it's the parents that need to change too? Well, that is why our coaches work both with students and the parents. Sometimes we are so focused on the problem that we don't see how we can be the part of the solution. Our job is to include the parents in the process so that they can become the part of the solution. You, Professor Carol Dweck, and Nobel Coaching have the same mission, and that mission makes what we do not just a job, but a calling. Calling. How privileged are we? We want our students to be happy. We want them to be successful. We want them to feel that they can achieve anything they want. We want to inspire them to see alternatives, new pathways that they might not have been able to discover yet on their own. That's why we are here today, and that's why we are on the same team.
Thank you, Anna. Nobel Coaching and all of you are here to really help those students maintain that motivation. We'd like to thank Carol, and I personally would like to thank her for the research she's done, the work in helping schools, students, companies, and individuals to be better people and to achieve more. I'd also like to personally thank her for the effort and the results that my family's able to achieve and what we're able to do inside of Nobel Coaching. Professor Carol S. Dweck is one of the world's leading researchers in the field of motivation and is the Lewis and Virginia Eaton Professor of Psychology at Stanford University. Her research is focused on why people succeed and how to foster success. She has held professorships at Columbia and Harvard universities, has lectured all over the world, has been elected to the American Academy of Arts and Sciences. Her scholarly book, Self-Theories, Their Role in Motivation, Personality, and Development, was named Book of the Year by the World Education Federation. Her work has been featured in such publications as the New Yorker, Time, the New York Times, the Washington Post, and the Boston Globe. And she has appeared on Today in 2020. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Carol Dweck.